Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. What's going on, Rodrigo?
What's going on? You guys had received a notification last time
on Critical Hit
that you were going to have a mission briefing. That sound right? Everybody
yeah,
get
pretty
that?
much. Yeah.
You guys have your notification. It's basically the same deal as last time. You don't have to
on
say
Critical Hit.
What? Who gets there? Who gets there early?
I feel like I get there pretty early.
Okay. What does bandwidth wear to the meeting?
I feel like he's fairly dressed up. Got his suit all pressed and just a gray plain suit. Shoes signed and hair slick, freshly shaved. Just looking bright and ready to see what's coming his way next.
When you get there, Red Iron is there. He is talking to Absab about slides mostly. He does.
Morning all.
He looks up, nods his head at you, and then goes back to what he's doing. At this point, two of your engineers, Sood and Nell, arrived. They're both wearing their kind of engineering jumpsuits. Sood is a man with sort of shoulder-length brown hair. He's got tan skin, smoldering eyes. And Nell is a young woman. She's a Bauk, so she has a pair of small horn-like protrusions on her forehead. She, unlike the last couple of engineers that you had, or at least one of them, they seem alert, so they seem to have gotten some sleep. And they just kind of come in and sit next to each other across the table from bandwidth and just sort of visually greet them.
So I give a little smile and morning.
Who gets there next?
Chameleon will walk in.
Okay. What does Chameleon wear to the meeting?
Chameleon's wearing some khaki pants, lace-up boots, with his pants tucked into the boots. Got probably some grease stains or stuff on it. He's got an undershirt. He's got a blue overshirt and then a leather jacket, kind of a leatherish jacket over the top of that. And then that's it. His hair is kind of tousled.
Okay. Matthew,
Hello?
did I hear you say that Impact was trying to get there at the same time?
Yeah, Impact probably comes in either right behind or about the same time as Chameleon.
Okay, go ahead and give us a description for what Impact is wearing and/or any other relevant features.
Sure. As always, Impact is, relatively tall, 6'4", 6'10" with the mohawk. He is wearing a leather vest with no sleeves, the better to show off the extensive sleeves that he already has installed. His tattoos on both arms and his neck and his... not actually on his face, but on the back of his head. You can also see a bundle of what seem to be cables and wires that seem to be coming out of the back of his neck and down into his vest. He's wearing leather pants and boots, which have a little bit of a heel, like a Cuban heel to them. Mm-hmm. And he's wearing the future equivalent of Oakley sunglasses. So if you imagine, and of course, flames. There are flames on the vest. So It's like, imagine sort of a future Boys of Brazil Guy Fieri thing going on. It's, casual impact.
Okay. Yep, you both walk in at about the same time.
Did we miss
Oh,
the party?
No, find a seat.
I'll sit down next to Brian's character.
Bandwidth, yeah.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say ballistic every time, but
Ballistic, yeah. That's a good name. Yeah.
So remember that.
Impact will Riker his way into whatever chair seems to be, closest.
Okay. What does Dr. Beast look like?
Wearing his typical lab coat and business casual underneath, or whatever amounts to business casual on a base like this. Tall, dark hair. Looks like he may have missed his last few shaves while staying on the base the last few days. Have we been back for a couple days?
Yeah. Hey, look, everyone, it's Dr. Beast.
oh, hey, Dr. Bees. How goes the hive business?
Leave. I have the first of them up and running. We'll
Nice.
see how they thrive.
Excellent.
I can't wait to try some of that delicious honey.
Noted.
Don't forget to make sure Dr. Bees is thriving too.
Experiments are going.
Does Dr. Bees have a queen bee?
Maybe we'll talk about that some other time.
Okay.
All right. Who's left?
Tucson.
Only Tucson. Okay. What's Tucson wearing?
Tucson has a nice pair of already starting to break in running shoes. Sort of some loose fitting khaki pants, a white shirt, and some blue and green Hawaiian shirt over that with his bolo tie around his neck.
Okay.
I'll
Hey, look,
come in
everyone,
and
it's
just
Tucson.
find a spot to sit.
Hey, Tucson.
After Tucson comes in, Ingrid walks in. She's carrying a tablet. Also, I'll point out that at the center of the table, there's a little kind of setup where a holographic Abzab is hanging out. So yeah, Ingrid walks in, talks to Red Iron briefly, and then turns to you and says, "All right, congratulations on your last mission. It was a success. We have somewhat of a narrow window for this next one. The Magellanic Authority is testing out a powerful new high-frequency EM cannon. Our intelligence..." And she trails off. She's like, because again, this is a meeting room, and basically one wall is all glass, so you can see right outside.
Mm-hmm.
And if you follow her eyesight, you see somebody coming around the corner, because you can kind of see around the corner a little bit. You see Dr. Mondragon, who you all had an appointment with recently. And she does not seem happy. She's kind of not necessarily stomping the whole way, but she is kind of angrily hustling towards the meeting.
Uh-oh, I know that look.
Good to see you, Dr. Mondragon.
Yeah, you too. Anger is like, "Oh, Dr. Mondragon, are you joining us for the briefing?" And she's like, something like that. Absab, can you put up my slides? And all of the screens that were maps or pictures of buildings or just had kind of data flicker, and they all become x-rays, CAT scans, and that sort of thing. She says, "Internal bleeding hairline fractures, cracked ribs, damaged retinas, concussions, not to mention a grab bag of sprained and bruised tissues. You are running these boys too hard. And Ingrid's like, she's like, these boys are a resource. They're our greatest resource. And if you expect me to just patch them up and give them a bunch of drugs and send them out on another mission, then you got another thing coming. Ingrid very quickly regains her composure and says, of course, that makes sense. For anybody who hasn't met our new physician, this is Dr. Mondragon, and she is, of course, right. She turns to Absab and says, Absab, how fast do you think the light shuttle will be ready? Absab says, contacting Nicholas Buckendorf. He says, a couple of hours. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and contact the Alahamael and try to get a window for Haunted Island? I think she kind of turns to Red Iron and says, I guess they should see what they're fighting for. And she kind of looks at you guys and says, print out some civvies, boys. You're officially on shore leave.
Oh, man.
The engineers kind of look at each other and just like slide out of there.
What, do we get to go back home or?
Red Iron is like gathering his stuff. It's like, no, we're taking you to Haunted Island.
Do any of us know Haunted Island?
I feel like I know of it.
Yeah,
what's a Haunted Island?
It's basically the Union official site there. They're largely currently working on processing refugees. They got several base of operations there. I've kind of been in touch with Site C there, mostly.
I see.
Yeah. Outpost Uxmal.
Uxmal.
Well, I'm basically ready to go.
Okay.
I flip the hood up of my jacket and put on some sunglasses.
I suppose I should grab a change of clothes.
I look like the Unabomber.
Yeah.
And in character, never mind.
I mean, demolitions are demolitions, I guess.
That's true.
Who all changes their clothes?
Probably at least go like get a casual shirt and jacket.
Okay.
We'll put the lab coat away.
Okay. Get your
very
tweed jacket out.
reluctantly.
Hey, Bandwidth, what's the weather like there?
What is the weather like there?
It's pretty warm most of the year. It's like just temperate, basically. It's like a little bit below the tropics.
It's fairly warm, so maybe not the jacket.
Yeah.
Light t-shirt.
I take off my jacket and put on a windbreaker and put the hood up.
Sounds like I'm definitely going to want to grab something different.
I think I'll switch into some shorts.
Okay.
Same. I'm sure I've got a shirt with flames on it that I can bust out that would be more appropriate for the tropics.
Sure.
I think I also have like a scarf, like a balaclava scarf around my neck.
Okay.
Full on anime protagonist. Like it.
Wait, does he have goggles?
Hey, listen. No.
Put on sunglasses.
Yeah, whenever you go to new places, you don't want people, sketching you out or being able to recognize you easily. So anytime you can hide your face is a good thing.
No.
Yeah. Not getting recognized is not really a problem for me. What you do is you just be as over the top as possible so that when they tell the story, they sound like they're insane. They'll be like, oh, yeah, this guy came in. He was wearing leather pants and he had silver teeth. And he kept telling me all about this time that he, crashed an asteroid. It was, and then they sound like they're crazy and you can just sort of go about your happy way. It works every time. Now, 60% of the time, it works every time.
I prefer people to describe me as average height, average build, just like every other guy out there.
Yes.
You guys all get a ping that tells you when to be at the light shuttle, which is in like an hour.
I'm going to stop by my room and grab a weapon to hide.
Okay.
Probably a knife in my boots and a gun, in the space you're not supposed to put a gun behind your back on your waistband.
Sure. I mean, you could have a shoulder holster if you wanted, which would be probably more easy to conceal than.
There you go.
Actually,
that.
no.
Depends on if they're going to do body searches at the port.
Sure.
But sure, we'll say holster for now. And if anyone asks, that holster is there for alcoholic purposes.
Okay. You guys get changed up and head over to the light shuttle.
Yep.
So the light shuttle has to take off from outside. So there is a brief moment in which you have to be outside in Grata's weird atmosphere. Absab's area of influence extends just outside of the base, so you don't suddenly the gravity doesn't suddenly change for you, but it's definitely extremely muggy between the door and the shuttle itself. It's 100% humidity and hot. But once you get into the shuttle, it's immediately climate controlled, and you hear a voice from the intercom that says, "Hello all, this is Captain Nicholas Buckendorf. Is everybody ready to go?"
I believe so.
All right. We've got a nice, easy window to make it down to Infanzon. Shouldn't be any problems. And you guys feel the shuttle activate, and it takes off. Unlike the heavy shuttle that you guys usually take when you're in your mechs, this one has actual windows, so you can even look outside and see as the headquarters get smaller and smaller. And eventually you go out into the atmosphere. There's some amount of turbulence, but nothing too bad. And eventually you're out in space. As the planet comes into view, you once again hear the intercom saying, "Hello, travelers. This is your Captain, Nicholas Buckendorf, also amateur Infanzon historian. Here's some interesting facts about Haunted Island. Union's foothold in Infanzon is a large island known to the locals as Haunted Island. In the past, it was overhunted, overfarmed, overmined, and left nearly bare. When Union asked for a place to use as a base of operations, the Magellanic Authority gladly offered Haunted Island, which they expected would be barren. However, Haunted Island was first abandoned almost 500 years ago, and when Union staff arrived, they found a fertile, welcoming land. Today, Haunted Island serves as a forward post on the planet. From here, Union conducts its humanitarian work, backed by the Union Naval Department. It is a small effort compared to the amount of suffering on the planet, but it is all that can be mustered at this point. Haunted Island has 3 outposts. Outpost 1. Outpost Tikal. Although all outposts on Haunted Island are military posts, Outpost Tikal has the largest military presence, with only a few civilian operating as support staff. Tikal is heavily fortified and defended by both autonomous and manned defenses. This outpost acts as a staging ground for all overt military maneuvers on the planet. Outpost Tikal is also where the local UND Admiralty is headquartered. Outpost 2, Outpost Chelem. Situated on the northern coast of Haunted Island, Outpost Chelem is the center of Union's humanitarian work on the planet. Although this is officially a military post, it has grown into a large, bustling city as refugees fleeing the Magellanic Authority arrive daily. The local branch of Union's new division is headquartered here, and their diplomats, analysts, and staff all live in the city. Outpost 3, Outpost Uxmal. Located close to the center of Haunted Island, Outpost Uxmal is the HQ for Union Science Division in the system. Here, biologists catalog the animals, plants, and other living things of the planet, while anthropologists attempt to piece together the human history of the world. Uxmal is the smallest outpost and is populated by scientists, a modest security force, and various miscellaneous staff. This is also where your boy Bisk lives and works. We have, I believe, ABSAB has prepared some packets for you, and you guys all get like some beeps in your communicators or your whatever your personal devices are. You have a message from AppsApp that's just like, have fun. Ingrid says, do not use your code names. And your cover is that you are cultural attaches to the Union Naval Department. So basically, like, you guys are, because most of you are Infensonians, like, they're like, oh yeah, these guys are like, basically, what I want to say. What are the people that you hire to tell you things?
Consultants, envoys,
Assistants?
Yeah, consultants.
Tutors.
Consultant is a good one. Yeah. So you guys basically, your cover is that you are locals, but you're consultants to Union, the Union Naval Department, and additionally, that Bandwidth is basically your handler. Additionally, for that, you are each given 600,000 stellans, which is a lot of money. I think the way that I've been thinking of calculating stellans is you first divide by 100, right? Because it doesn't have individual units. And then you divide that by 2, and that roughly gives you more or less your purchasing power in modern United States. So it's still a bucket of money. It's like, what, $3,000?
Yeah.
Oh, and finally, Bandwidth and Chameleon have an additional message, which is an invitation to eat at the future SSC Atelier in Outpost Chelem.
Okay.
Might as well see what they have to offer.
It is a bit of a trip. Do you guys talk about anything?
So,
Well, since we can't use our code names, we probably ought to let everyone know our at least first names.
Makes sense.
You can call me Alexander.
okay. I'm SM Karwowski.
Tear Egon.
You all can refer to me as Dr. Apis.
You can call me Lewis.
I'd like to apologize now for the fact that I am almost certainly going to call Tucson Alexander at some point.
Yeah.
Well, if Tucson was smart, he would have called himself Steven, and then that would have really...
Yeah.
Everyone just move one to the left. Yes.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm pretty sure Steven came up with that name before we called Alex for the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys travel for a bit, and eventually you start entering the planet's atmosphere and head for Haunted Island. Haunted Island is Again, just outside of the planet's tropical band. So it's still pretty warm. It is south of it. It is north of a continent named Vendessa. And it is pretty far removed from everything. It's actually, it is like very far from any other landmass. As you approach, obviously, coming in, you see, it's like if you look at the map that I show you, which I know our listeners can't do, but for the sake of the players, Haunted Island is fairly small, but of course, if you can see it from space, it means it's actually pretty big, right? So as you guys approach, you see Haunted Island expand, and it becomes, from what you know, obvious that you are headed for Post Tikal, which has a big landing strip for several aircraft, and also just big giant guns pointed at the towards the coast, as well as lots of vehicles and staff moving around. As your shuttle touches down, a Union Navy officer of some kind is there to greet you. She wears a gray uniform with sort of black and white epaulets, but like conservative epaulets, right? Like not super big, fancy, dangly ones. She also has some insignia on her. She is short and has light skin, brown eyes, and curly brown hair.
Hello.
Yep, as the shuttle opens and you guys disembark, she goes, "Hello, hello. Welcome to Haunted Island. I'm Rebecca Goldstein."
Pleasure.
Itcha.
All right. Now, don't worry. I've been briefed on your mission. Of course, Admiral Yu wanted to be here himself, but something's come up. So I'll be taking care of you. I was going to be taking care of you anyway. He just wanted to meet you. Follow me. And you guys travel down the landing area. I mean, is it a tarmac? I don't know. Things here don't take off, down a runway. Usually, pretty much everything can take off vertically. So she gets you to what is essentially a big Jeep, probably with the future technology, but really doesn't look much different than just like a big Jeep. It is big and spacious enough for all of you and her to have like plenty of room to sit on, as long as somebody takes shotgun. Who takes shotgun?
Yusan will take it.
Okay. She starts driving and says, "So, I've been briefed on your situation. Nobody else knows, though, only the Admiral and me. I guess it matters, or if it matters, I'm a warrant officer. Warrant Officer Goldstein. But I figured you guys wouldn't care. We're glad to have you here. I think you'll really enjoy Outpost Chalem. It's pretty vibrant. Do you guys have any questions while you're here?
Yeah. Are there any good hiking trails on the island?
I mean, yeah. They're not necessarily maintained for, what do I want to say? They're not necessarily maintained for recreation, more for transportation, but yeah.
Yeah, I can make do with just about anything as long as it's got something of a trail to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have those.
What are the areas to avoid?
What do you mean?
Like areas that might cause trouble for people that are new to the area?
There are going to be some Union. I mean, there's like a Union Navy outpost there,
Mm-hmm.
like the barracks and stuff. Civilians aren't allowed in there.
Okay.
I've been told that you've been given a stipend, so there's lots of nice little inns. You can stay, lots of places to eat. So you'll be able to probably find something fun to do. Pretty much everybody speaks Prex, so you don't have to worry too much about that.
All right.
Are there any native types of foods here that are popular?
Well, not native to Infanzon, although there is some Infanzonian food.
Right.
But because we get a lot of refugees, but presumably for Infanzonians, the interesting thing would be to try the fare from Union's other worlds.
Okay.
And yep, there's plenty of restaurants. I guess that is a thing. Some restaurants have what I want to say, like codes of conduct, but they usually spell them out ahead of time, so you don't accidentally do something that you're not supposed to.
What if we need to get to one of the other outposts?
If you need to get to one of the other outposts, you can contact me, and I can try and get you a car to take you.
Okay.
Why would you let? What do you have something at one of the other outposts?
Yeah.
She slows down. She's like, "Did we forget something?"
Was the invitation to eat at Chalem, right? To meet the SSC person, or was that? Yeah.
That's where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah. That I need to go to Chalem to meet with someone from the SSC.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Oh, okay.
When is that dinner?
It's in a few hours, but from looking at when you landed and when you expected these to be, it's going to take you a couple hours to get there. So you guys will probably make it pretty close to on time, maybe with a little bit of time ahead of time.
Okay.
The landscape of Haunted Island is nice. It's nothing too incredible. It's kind of rocky. It is slightly forested. You know, you do see like birds and bugs, but like nothing that you like hadn't known about or anything like that. You know, obviously, as any place, there's some corvids probably having a turf war with like some sort of like small brown bird.
Yep.
You know, standard bug population from what you can tell from the windshield.
Excellent.
Yeah, so you guys drive for a couple hours. If you've got any other questions, we can like abstract responses, or we can just move on.
I don't think I have anything.
Okay. As you approach the edge of town and you can see this outpost Chalem sprawling in front of you, it is a reasonably sized city. It's not like basically 4 or 3 of you come from the Imperial Core, and so you're probably from some sort of metroplex. So this is like a city, right? It's not like 10 cities smushed together like Mohan Garden or Farfaros or the Prime Navigation District. In fact, that's maybe what's weird about it, is that this city seems pretty spread out and not dominated by like huge buildings. There are some large buildings in the opposite edge of the city from where you're approaching. That might be like factories and warehouses. And somewhere in there, there's like big sort of like, not quite skyscrapers, but like, tall kind of office-y looking buildings. But there's a lot of residential areas, and outside of the city, you also see that there's a lot of construction going on, like basically like new neighborhoods or buildings or something is being built. There's like excavators, and people like putting pipes in and stuff. And basically you drive through a few neighborhoods, and Rebecca says, I'm going to try to drop you off downtown, which is probably where it's really happening. She, like, her communication beeps, and she kind of taps her ear and says, hello? Who is this? How did you get this number? Yes. She, like, looks over her shoulder at Chameleon. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just outside of, we're going to be in 3rd Street here in a second. And like, she kind of like shakes her head, says, I guess, somebody is picking up 2 of you.
Oh, okay.
For an appointment.
Yeah, that would be me.
Yeah, I assumed that was the Smith Shimano rep.
Yes. I don't know. They give those guys way too much leeway.
Yeah.
But sure enough, you guys get to just a corner, and across sort of catty corner to where you stop, there is a really fancy, futuristic looking like hover car. Like just nice. It's like black with like silver accents, and like, but it's got silver accents, but it's got like no visible seams. Until you guys like presumably get out of the Jeep, and a kind of what do you call those doors that open up?
Gull wing.
Yeah, one of those.
Door.
Yeah. Opens up, and a man in a nice suit steps out and kind of waits for you there to cross the street. By the way, you guys have not seen very much traffic. Like, there's almost like no vehicles here.
There's a lot of pedestrians about, right?
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, so just one of the things as we're driving in, I just want to make note of how the local people walk, how they present themselves, how, just the nonverbal interaction, so I can kind of blend in a little better.
Okay. Well, everybody here seems pretty relaxed.
Okay.
People like literally like nod at each other as they walk by. They say hi. There's a lot of kids. Like a surprising amount of kids just like out and about. And I don't mean like little kids. I mean like, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 and up, kind of. Some of them in like groups, and some of them just like by themselves. Obviously, some with like people that are obviously like their parents or guardians, but yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Also, people here seem to have pets, which is a little weird because pets are like rich people things.
Yeah. All right, SM, let's go. We'll catch up to you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye, says Warrant Officer Goldstein.
See you later. Y'all have fun.
Critical Hit is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC, and is produced and edited by me, Stephen Schleicher. If you have thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, drop us an email at podcast@majorspoilers.com. If you want to discuss Critical Hit with other Critical Hit fans, Be sure to join the Major Spoilers Discord. You can join it for free. There's a link in the show notes. Get into that Critical Hit channel and talk to your heart's content. If you're looking for character sheets, we've got those too. Point your browser to patreon.com/Major Spoilers.
This podcast is copyright 2026 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.